Rick and Morty, Season 6, Episode 3, done and dusted, out for you guys to go and check out right now. This episode is all about Beth and Beth. That's right, Space Beth and Normal Beth getting together. While Rick and Morty and Summer play the most realistic game you could ever play. Now I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this episode. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below, smash that like button, click subscribe, and let's get into this review of episode 3 of season 6 of Rick and Morty. Okay, so season 6, episode 3, done and dusted for Rick and Morty. I really only have one thing to say about this episode is, what the fuck was that episode? Like, oh my word. I mean, I guess you bring the whole new meaning to, what would it be like if you, what would you call it if you got together with yourself? Like, is it masturbation? Or is it incest? What is it? Well, in this episode, that's what happens. It's Space Beth and Beth getting it on. They actually, have lust over themselves, and they do the deed. They do the dirty deed with each other. So that question is there, like, what is that actually called? I don't know. I don't know what the official term is. Is it incest? Or is it masturbation? Because it's yourself. Can you cheat on your husband or wife with yourself? It's absolutely wacky. Yes, it's wacky. But that's Rick and Morty. It was hilarious. I thought everything to do with Morty and Summer when they were hearing and they found out about this happening was absolutely hilarious. I thought that was on point. I was laughing my absolute ass off. That was just gold when they're at the Thanksgiving table, sitting there at the end there. They're all talking upstairs, and Rick and Morty and Summer are there sitting at the table, and they're just like hearing it, and they start crying, and it's just like, oh, it's absolutely hilarious. Absolutely fantastic. The realistic game that they're playing as well is absolutely hilarious because it's so realistic. They're putting on like a Space Invader sort of thing where he's going to shoot the asteroids. And they're like, this doesn't feel very realistic. So they turn it up to 10. And the ship gets smaller and the space gets bigger. And it takes forever for them to find an asteroid. And they're like, what? This isn't even realistic. And Rick's like, well, it is because space is huge. And it's absolutely hilarious. Not too much else really happens in this episode. This is just one of those episodes just comedic fun. I mean, it has some really cool references in here as well, as they always do. I thought the jokes were hilarious as always. It's sharp, it's funny. There's not too much to the story. It's just the stuff with Jerry is hilarious, with him like becoming a cuck basically to his own wife, sleeping with his own wife. Absolutely hilarious. And that whole conversation at the end between them about him, like, does he like it? Does he not like it? Does he want to join? Like, that's absolutely hilarious. Like, it's vulgar, it's funny, it's Rick and Morty, it's absolutely hilarious. There's not too much to talk about in this episode, really, because it's quick, sharp, gets to the point, it's funny. I mean, what else can I really say about this episode? I mean, there's not really too much to dive in story-wise, except Beth's gone. It's just the Thanksgiving episode. She's gone now, Space Beth, after she's fucked herself. But yeah, there's not really much else to talk about in this episode. Because not really much happens like the other ones where you have like a sort of story. Like last week we had the Die Hard story where Summer was playing Die Hard basically in real life. This one, there's not really much to it. Funny. I laughed. I don't think it's as strong as the previous two, but hey, it was funny. I do like that they've uncensored the language now. I really like hearing the language completely. I think it just adds that little bit more to it. Obviously, Rick, they had the throwback to Rick becoming a turkey, and he flies into the old last season. I like that reference back, that throwback to that episode. Obviously, they still haven't got the portal gun. They still haven't got that. I thought it was funny when Rick was cutting up that space shark dolphin thingy, and he's like pulling its things out to make a controller. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But overall, hey, it's a fun episode. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, if you're not into people sleeping with themselves is probably not the episode for you. But hey, it is what it is. It's Rick and Morty. It's absolute Rick and Morty. That's what Rick and Morty's all about. So let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of episode 3? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.